Hi guys, I'm your head DJ Wolfie. I'm here to bring you guys some plays and some calls. If you haven't watched my intro video over in the crypto news channel, make sure you go and do that for a bit of background on myself and have a look at some of the calls we had last month. This video we're going to be going over Saitama, a really good token, and we're also going over Hex as the two high IQ calls for this start of the month. The timelines for Saitama is 4 days, 12 hours until they launch their Psy Mask, and Hex is 6 days until the sacrifice is over. So those are your timelines to get into these tokens ahead of the dump. In these next 5-6 days, you will see Saitama move upwards and you will see Hex move upwards. I'll be bringing you guys some entries. I'll go over a little bit more technicalities in the video, but those are the basics. If you just want to watch this little intro and then have a look at all the analysis down below, that's fine. If you don't have time to watch the video, completely fine. But I'll go into a little bit more technicalities now for the people that do want to know a little bit more about the token. So Saitama was number one on Dex Tools. It's not number one anymore. It's a meme coin, but they're also bringing utility to their holders in that they are launching Saitama Mask. Saitama Mask is a decentralized exchange. They're going to be listing tokens on it. It's super exciting and super big for the project. And it's only just started to catch on that they're launching this. As you can see, about a 70% move in price. I do believe we're going to keep going upwards in price, definitely. This is the first sign of bulls in the market, first sign that bulls are breaking out. I've actually been buying Saitama since down here on the break of this trend line, just as a technical play. And now we're seeing some really big movement. So we're definitely looking to get into Saitama. Personally, I'd quite like to see a 50% retracement on Saitama. Back down into anywhere in this purple box would be nice. Coming down to the 50% would be beautiful. I'll keep my eyes out for it though, as it could just keep chugging on upwards, I should say. You might want to be picking up your Saitama bag soon. We did see a big dip. I think this was like 137 ETH sell or something like that, and it got bought up straight away. So you really want to be loading up your Saitama bag soon, as it's going to be pumping for the next 4 or 5 days, I believe. This is the counter. This is the Saitama official Twitter. If you want to go eNews Saitama, if you want to go have a look, I'll link it down below. And this is the counter. 4 days, 11 hours until the Saitama Mask releases. You want to make sure that you're buying as far ahead of the release as possible, because when the release actually happens, it happens in any market. It's called sell the news. Whenever the big news event actually happens, you see a dump, and you might see, well, they've just launched their decentralized exchange. Why would it dump? Because the whole point is that people buy this token ahead of the news event, and when the news event comes around, that's their exit liquidity. So everyone buying on the news event is the exit liquidity for people that bought before. So yeah, you can just have a look on the day. 4 days, 11 hours, you'll see a big fucking dump on Saitama. So you want to make sure that you're exiting your position just before that dump. Another project that we're looking at, this is just I'm looking at some Saitama stuff. It's all looking amazing on Twitter. Everyone's super excited about it. Hex USDC, been calling out Hex for a long time. If you've been following me for a while, you know that anytime Hex enters this green box, this green order block here, we're always looking to get into buys. Hex is a staking token, one of the first, I don't want to say one of the first, but it's one of the first great staking tokens in the super simplistic, made by Richard Hart, who is an absolute genius, and he's always bringing new utility to Hex. So the way it works is super simple. It's using one of the most simple staking mechanics, in that the more people that are staked, the more liquidity is locked up, therefore the price goes up, which is good for Hex. The less people that are staked, the less people that get the rewards, so then the rewards are higher for stakers. That's how the theory goes. As well as that, the super simple theory that Hex has. Richard Hart, who's a fucking genius, he launches Hex. He's also launched Pulse Chain and Pulse X. And the way that he keeps Hex super interesting is that when he launches one of these tokens, like Pulse X is a new one, you can burn your Hex, and in return you get given Pulse X. So the best way to buy Pulse X at the moment is to buy Hex, burn it on their sacrifice site, and then you get given Pulse X in return. And I think it's $1 Hex equals $10,000 Pulse X. So it's super, like everyone wants to buy Hex and burn it for Pulse X. And what you'll see, the announcement happened here, and I called out a trade. We made about 10% of the trade of this high here. So we're going to see a reaction of the high and a pump. So the announcement was made, we saw a pump. And you might think, if everyone wants to buy a Hex, then why does it not pump straight away? Because whales do not buy like that. Whales buy in areas of consolidation. They buy where their buys can get eaten up. So you see this area of consolidation here. There's actually quite a lot of buying happening in this region. But because there's also selling, price is suppressed. So they're buying, but it's not pushing price up. So what you'll see whales do is they'll dump off all their Hex and try and push price down to a point of highest volume. If we take out our fixed range tool here and draw it out, maybe go a little bit wider out. There you go. So this is the point of highest volume. This is a just fixed range tool. Allows me to sort of read the order book, see where the orders lie. So most of the volume is happening around here. And as you can see, we returned back down to this area and we saw a reaction away. If we ever were to return down to this green box, I'd sell my house and buy more hex, but I don't believe we will until after the sacrifice at least. I believe that reaction to the mitigating this, I believe that's going to be the bottom, and we're going to see upwards movement now from hex. So definitely want to be looking to get into hex trades shortly. So those are the two high IQ players we're looking at, Saitama and Hex. Definitely we're looking to get into these shortly. I'll be giving you guys loads of technical analysis on these pairs every single day, so you can map out your entries and exits and make your own financial decisions. I'm just here to, it's not financial advice, I'm just here to give you an opinion on the markets and help you make your own informed financial decision. Sorry about the dogs barking outside, by the way. I'll link all these below. There's 303 million total sacrifice so far. Almost 200 million hex has been sacrificed, which is crazy, and you'll only see these numbers go up. And obviously, as you burn hex, just simple supply and demand. Burning a token is reducing its supply. You're taking the token out of supply. As something becomes more scarce, there's less of it. It becomes more valuable. It's just simple supply and demand. So we will see a pump on Hex and we will see a pump on Saitama over the next few days. And those are the two high IQ plays I'm bringing you guys. I'll do another video shortly going over some more of the degen plays, going over some of the DeFi pairs and utility tokens. I believe this utility token here, GP, will do absolute fucking numbers in the next month, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, guys, have a look at some of the other videos and I hope you guys enjoyed.